The state canceled a vaccine clinic for the Latino community as people were sitting there waiting for their shots. So much for building trust with underserved communities. The state said it couldn't hold the event because too many of its own employees called out sick. The clinic organizer told our Steve Stager that cancellation is more than an inconvenience.
We have created so much grassroots work to build the trust and credibility.
Adelante Community Development has hosted 23 vaccine clinics with the state health department, giving out more than 7,000 doses through that partnership. CEO Maria Gonzalez thought a planned clinic at Mile High Flea Market Saturday would be just like the others, but at the last minute, the state pulled out, saying they were too short-staffed, didn't have enough vaccinators. Maria tried to line up her own licensed vaccinators, but the state said they didn't have enough time to verify their credentials.
How does the CDPH staff figure out which clinic to cancel? How do they say, okay, Maria, Commerce City, let's cancel. Denver, Ballerina, it's a go.
We wondered the same, because at the same time the state canceled a vaccine clinic for Adelante, they were opening a brand new, much more widely publicized clinic at Ball Arena. Today, the state assured us they didn't move any staff members to cover that clinic at Ball Arena. They say vaccinators scheduled for Adelante's clinic got sick, and they didn't have any backup to fill the gaps.
We already had people waiting on a chair, waiting to be vaccinated.
Gonzalez says because the state canceled this clinic so late, they had to turn about 70 people away. Another bump in her ongoing effort to build trust.
One family in particular, husband and wife, brought their 3 daughters, and they were basically saying that was the day that they had taken off work, both of them, to bring their daughters. So it was very disappointing to see parents like, why did we waste the whole day?
Today, the state told me that when they have 6 staff like this, they'll usually try to consolidate clinics instead of canceling one. They said that they weren't able to do it that time. They're working on getting more staff on hand to back up if a situation like this ever happens again. The sad part about all this is for Adelante, they lined up those vaccinators. They were there. They still paid them for their day of work, but they also bought food for what they were expecting was a 23-member team from CDPHE to come in and do this work all day. So for a small nonprofit, they're out that money.
Sure, cost for that nonprofit. Gosh, you think about that family, like taking a day off of work and make sure the kids are going to be there. Like, again, these barriers are called barriers because they exist and they're real, and you do things to break them down and assist families, and then it comes apart.
It's part of the reason Adelante already exists is to try to close that gap between some of these obstacles that are in the way, like creating clinics that are available at times when people might be able to come instead of the normal clinics that are around during working hours when people may not be able to get off of work.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to hear in the coming days from the state the plan to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Steve, thank you. The mobile vaccine clinic at Littleton High School over the weekend did go on as scheduled, and we should say it appears to have exceeded every expectation. So thanks to a heads up from an ex-viewer named Sam, the state health department confirmed to us today that that 100 vaccine clinic on Sunday stayed open an extra 3 hours, and they were able to deliver an extra 300 doses and 50 more flu shots on top of that.